Jackson Center was very physical. We knew it was they played excellent defense. We had a sneaking suspicion they were gonna double team Cam. We thought maybe we could get it in a little easier than we did. We struggled tonight getting that pass in there. But with Allie Rutter, we're trying to get her to just attack the basket because she's a deadly free throw shooter. I would expect her to make more than 2 baskets, but that's how. We're just happy to be here. We know back-to-back nights aren't our thing, because we don't sub. And we played pretty hard tonight, but we're going to show up tomorrow and at least give it our best.
Questions? Coach, can you talk about the composure of your team? A couple times you got down early 6-0, but led by Kamryn there, you made a run.
Yeah, I think that was the key. But we thought we would be the ones starting out better since we were down here last year. But you know, the fact that they won the state in volleyball, I don't think they were very nervous coming into the game, and we thought maybe that'd be an advantage for us. But coming out of halftime, you know, we had that little bit of a lead, and we thought, boy, if we could just punch it up 5 points, you know, we might be able to survive a 4th quarter run, and they ran at us right away. And we told the girls in the huddle, you don't get down here without being good. You know they're gonna make a run at us. We gotta stop the run and fight back. We let it go pretty deep into our lead, I don't know how long, I think they got to 2 or 3. And then we put a little pushback on it. You know, last year we were down here with a 3-point lead or 3 or 4-point lead with 3 minutes to go and had a meltdown. So that was always in the back of my mind anyhow.
Let's talk about overcoming that, you guys. I mean, you did have a meltdown last year, but this year you didn't. You held on for the win.
Yeah, I mean, we actually expanded the lead in the last 3 minutes, which is really nice. But this team is resilient. You know, I told the girls before we took the floor, I said, you know, you weren't supposed to beat Carey. You weren't supposed to beat Arlington. You weren't supposed to beat Fayette. You're unranked. You've got 50 wins in 2 years, and you've never been ranked. And I said, let's beat somebody else we're not supposed to beat. And, you know, it's odd when we talk to coaches and they say, well, if you do this, you should be able to play with them. And that's just, I think people see our team and they think, well, you shut Cam down, shut Rutter down, the game's over. But the other girls, they're good enough to get the job done. And not necessarily pure basketball players. But Haley Burns, I tell you what, she steps up every game, handles the ball, gets key rebounds, and Cam's sister Peyton, you know, she comes and goes in the game. But most of the games she was here. When she's here, she's really good. And I can't say enough about Emma Prince's defense on their point guard. Our whole goal is to keep her out of the middle. And Emma's a sophomore, and you know, as good a coach as I am, I didn't even play her in the regional final. Told her she was too short. So she went from starting Arlington, playing the whole game, to not ever getting a game, to starting at the state level. And that just shows you how mentally strong she is.
Cam, just talk about how physical it was down there in pain, obviously.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I get it every game, but I think today it was just the worst. I mean, I was on the floor, I was getting grabbed, but the thing is, you have to be mentally strong, and I feel like I have progressed that mentalness of having 2 people just on you like leeches, and people are just like, how do you do it every game? And I don't know. Sometimes I don't even have an answer. I just do it because I know I have to do it for my team. So I get every game, but today it was probably one of the worst ones, which I was, you know, I had a sure thing that was going to be rough, but not that rough, but, you know.
Can you attribute that mental strength to maybe last year at this stage, first time at this stage, maybe not a great free throw shooting night? Today you go 6 or 7 at the line to be able to turn that around?
Oh, I made sure I practiced my free throws before the game, and when we warmed up, I made sure I got the feel of the rim. I knew where to release it at. If I released it too high, it would bounce off. So I had to do my release drills. But free throws are very key. It's a free point, so you have to take advantage of it. And I knew last year I couldn't hit anything, so I made sure I focused on free throws, and that was just the main key for me. Is free throws, free throws, free throws.
Allie, you did pretty well with free throw line too. Overall, the team shot pretty well free throws down the stretch as well. Just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Well, it's different from our gym when we have a wall there, and then you just see the open seats everywhere.
You missed a free throw.
Yeah. But I practice free throws all the time. Whenever I'm not attempting to shoot three, I'm shooting free throws. And I think all of our girls did pretty well in free throws in this game.
Allie, Coach mentioned that team's just happy to be here, but at the same time you're playing for state championship. I mean, how special is that?
It's pretty special. It's not very often that teams come back 2 times in a row. And of course, we aren't supposed to be here. We're not ranked, and it's just, we play with heart, and we have so much team chemistry that it's unreal. Like, we do everything together. So I think that shows on the court, and that's the reason why we're winning.
Aaron, I felt sometimes maybe we all attention Cam and Allie guys, but maybe sometimes this team is at its best when it's more balanced, and Haley is scoring in 8, and she had a very efficient night, 3 of 6, and 5 rebounds. The contributions that you got from Haley today?
Yeah, Haley's kind of the third wheel that doesn't get up here too often. Without Haley, none of this happens. When we played Fayette, we struggled and struggled and struggled, and Haley scored 5 points, I think, in the last 2.5 minutes or something. And last year, she probably played the best of anybody here. She didn't get too nervous down here last year. And I thought she started out a little bit slow, and she's usually one of the 2 or 3 that I like to pick on a little bit during the game, because she has to play at a certain level because of all the pressure on Cam and Rutter. Haley has got to step up and make somebody pay for that. And she's, you know, Peyton's a sophomore and Emma's a sophomore, but Haley's a junior and she's capable of doing that. And it's a tribute to the kids to know it's tough to play with us because they don't know when they're supposed to shoot and when they're not. If they make it, we tell them that was a good shot. If they miss it, we say, why are you shooting? Because we don't know what we want. We want Cam to shoot every time if possible, and then Rutter to drive the basket, get fouled, and shoot free throws. But the other team doesn't let us do that very often, as often as we'd like anyway.
Coach, what are your thoughts going into tomorrow with Waterford?
Well, I'm a realist, okay? We didn't sub.
Right.
We're not a good back-to-back team. They're a horrible practice team, let alone to play a game. So I'd like to find some ice baths somewhere and get our legs regenerated. And, you know, I thought we played Waterford pretty tough last year. I think they got better. I've looked at their scores and I don't think anybody's even challenged them. They possess a lot of problems, multiple problems for us, at least if we can get enough juice to compete. But I think if we can find the juice, I think we can play with them. But that's a big if. We told the girls, you know, when we looked at the schedule, you know, our goal, we wanted to get a win down here. You know, I told the radio we owed it to Arlington and Cary to come down here and beat somebody, because they probably would. And we knew we would have to sell out to get this win and not worry about tomorrow. So tomorrow's another day. But our slogan all through the tournament is, you don't have to be the best team, you just have to be the best team that day. And we'll take the floor tomorrow and we'll play our hearts out and let the chips fall where they may.